So I'm very excited today. I'm going to try out a new aquarium, a new technology which has come from Jewel, Germany. And by the way, I don't know whether many of you are aware, Jewel is a 50-year-old German company. It has a legacy of its own. And I'm going to try it out for the first time. Let's start. This is an 180-liter aquarium, and the internal filter that has got a flow capacity of 600 liters per hour. I think for an 180-liter aquarium, the flow is little less if I want to make a planted tank. And that's the exact experiment that we are going to do here. You know, at Ripples, we prefer doing an experiment ourselves first before Ripples suggest it to any customer. This particular aquarium comes with two lights. It's like a little bit low compared to our planted tanks. There is a 6000 Kelvin light and there is a 9000 Kelvin light at the back. So the planted tank that I'm going to do is going to be a low light setup. Okay, we are going to use a lot of cryptocorynes. We are going to use some Lagenandra, some moss and Anubias. That's like it. Please, do follow this video because we are going to post updates about it, like how is our experiment going, right? How are the plants growing over time? And hopefully after 2-3 months, we'll be able to show you the actual output and the result of what did we actually achieve. Quickly on the soil and the substrate, there also I'm going to do a mix, and I'm again excited because I'm going to try out the APT Fist soil for the first time. And we are going to use an ADA power sand with an APT Fist soil, the new soil that has come from APT to our Aquarius Singapore, with the new bacteria that comes with it. The filter will remain whatever is there, the light is whatever Jewel gives, and the cabinet. So that's it, simple setup. One more thing, I'm going to use a new wood that we had introduced. This is called an alpine wood. Okay, there's a name that we have given. It's a wood that we have sourced locally from here in West Bengal, India, and this is also a part of the experiment at how it does. So lots of excitement. Let's start. As it is important to start with any aquascape, we are going to do first a demo or the dummy setup of the hardscape. Now do remember, this particular aquarium, there are a lot of advantages, but one small disadvantage what I feel is that because the filter is there on the right hand corner, we have to do a scape which is from right to left, which tries to cover the filter, okay, a little bit, so that the filter is not that visible. So that's a little bit of a constraint, but I think we can live with that constraint because as a part of the package you're getting the filter also. So I think we must live with the package. One advantage of this particular model of Jewel is that you can actually dismantle these two. Zishan, why don't you take out these covers? So basically you can just take out these covers, okay. So what happens? The lights are already there, so you don't need an extra light to do the scape or while you are doing the scaping, okay. At the same time, you have got a full free access. You can put your hand in and easily, and you can move this light also. See, we are moving the light. So wherever, say I want to place the wood here, I can see what is happening. The light is already there. So I think that's a good advantage. That's a good design aspect of this tank. Okay. Let's start the hardscaping. So the scape that we have done is that it's a V-shaped layout because of the filter is there. So we wanted to cover the filter a little bit. It's a constraint of this particular model of an aquarium, I must say. But one thing is that you can also remove this particular filter and you can put an external filter if you want. But in any case, we'll keep a V-shaped layout. We have used the alpine wood, so I'm going to put the substrate now, and I'm going to also use some rocks to stabilize because the wood might float. And okay, so let's do it. We are ready for the setup now, and I'm going to put the soil and the substrate. This is the tank where personally I'm going to use this APT Fist. You know, this is the new soil from 2Hour Aquarist. I've never used it before. I've heard very good reviews about it. Normally I use only ADS soil, but I'm going to use the power sand under the APT Fist, because power sand with its granules, with its coarse granules, lets the bacteria to grow and proliferate. It doesn't allow stagnation. Okay, the roots can penetrate. So there are a lot of advantages. I've always spoken about it. So let's start. Power sand normally has its own bacteria, but I think there's no harm if we add some more. So I'm going to use this APT Start, the new bacterial additive from 2Hour Aquarist. It's a two-part system. There is something they are telling that you must add to the water, so we'll add it to the water. Let's see. This soil, in terms of the grain size, is quite non-uniform. It's not all, there are large and small grains. We have to do a detailed review maybe later. But the other thing is that I'm noticing that it has some smell, some sort of a very distinct smell. I don't know from where this smell is coming, but maybe we'll have to ask 2Hour Aquarist about the source of the smell. But anyway, let's use it. I have already used 2 5 liters, so 10 liters of soil. Normally for this liter of tank, I think about 20-24 liters of soil is needed. But because the width is less, I think 15 liters should be sufficient. So I have placed the wood. This is the best that I could do within the constraint of the tank. The width is little less. The wood, I think I'll have to balance it out with little bit of rocks, because they might float otherwise. And in any case, to give it a more natural look, some rocks in any case have to be placed. And that will act also as a place where you can put some anubias and moss, etc. So let's do that. I think let's put some rocks. It is always, this kind of cut faces don't look good in aquascape. Always cover them with some rocks, okay? Try to cover them. It gives it a more natural appearance. I have used 3 5 liter soils, but I still believe that a little bit more is required. So this APT Fist, it comes in 5 liter and 2 liter bags. So I'm using another 2 liter for this corners. Scape is more or less done. I have placed the rock. I think it's looking quite decent enough. We have to glue it now. After that, we'll proceed with plants. But before that, going by the characteristic of the soil, I guess it has quite a high amount of nitrogen. So I'm going to add a layer of powder soil. Many people do not know, they feel that powder soil is only used to, facilitate planting. Well, that is true. But the other benefit of using powder soil is that it also blocks release of nitrogen from the soil. Okay, so the amount of water that you have to change goes lesser. APT has clearly told that this is a very nutritious soil. So unlike the common soils available in the market where apart from ADA though, Amazonia, you have to change a lot of water. So this soil you will require to change a lot of water in the first 2-3 weeks. But if I add that powder soil, it will block the release of ammonia, and I think you can do away with little bit of less water change, and that powder soil in any case has got other benefits. So I will add some powder soil to this thing. The powder soil gives a neat appearance to the scape. The finished look comes out very nicely. Going by the characteristic of the soil, and I think it has got very high nutrient, and FEAST also says so, APT FEAST. And so I decided to do about 2 weeks of water cycling changes, 4-5 times water change, and then do the planting. So that's what, we are going to take a 2 weeks break and resume planting after that.